Do you think the future is about walking robots and flying cars? It's the future created by fantasy and shown by Hollywood. But the real future has already come. The information technology industry is developing rapidly. The process of digitalizing human life is in full swing. Artificial intelligence is being introduced everywhere. The main resource of the new era is no longer oil, it is big data. Today we are witnessing the progress of a new format. Life is changing. The world is changing. Do you manage to change with them? DigiU is an ecosystem for developing and financing projects in the field of artificial intelligence. The DigiU neural network already knows how to speak Russian and English, see things, distinguish people by gender, determine a person's age and understand their emotions. Our educational platform, DigiU.education, meets modern trends in learning. The DigiU artificial intelligence develops in the interests of each person and for the benefit of humanity. Our developments aim at improving the quality of life, education, and self-fulfillment. The DigiU mission is to make the process of a person's integration into a new world both convenient and accessible. We educate people about the possibilities of artificial intelligence, teach them relevant professions and skills, and help them adapt to the new digital world. There is no point in denying what is happening. There is nothing to be afraid of. Becoming a part means evolution. Join DigiU.
Dear friends, investors, partners, I would like to greet you on this conference. The conference is devoted to the first birthday of the DigiU system. Today, founders of the project, employees and key partners of the project will offer their presentations. We will be covering what we've done this year, how we've done it, and what results we've reached. My name is Ognev Alexei, and I'm the CEO of the DigiU Wealth Project. For those of you who are here with us for the first time, I will tell you what it's all about. DigiU is a system of developing and financing products in areas of artificial intelligence. We consist of our own technological company and venture capital. Our technological company is engaged in developing in 5 major areas of artificial intelligence. Those areas contain computer vision, speech technology, natural language processing, biometrics, and predictive analytics. Venture Foundation finances various teams, startups, technologies, and adds up information to our ecosystem. Within our ecosystem, we have already launched and we are developing several products. Some of them are in the process of research, some of them are in the process of patenting, and some of them are already making profit for our partners and for our investors. If you would like to find out more information about the product, about the way those products and our ecosystem are going to be developing, then you came to the right place. And as people are getting connected to the conference, I would like to remind you what the mission and vision of the DigiU is. We would like to take certain actions so that modern technologies such as blockchain and other modern technologies, we would like those technologies to serve an ordinary person. We would like to see every person financially independent, and we want every single person to receive a certain revenue from their action. And the most important thing, that an ordinary person should be integrated into modern digital world. I would like to give the floor to our director for strategic development. I would like to give the floor to Alexander. The floor is yours. I invite you to the scene. Dear colleagues, dear friends, dear partners, today is a great day. 1 year ago, we started this DigiU project, and right now I would like to explain how everything went. And before we launched the crowd investment part of our project, we used our own resources. We had 5 founders and we were generating a number of ideas, but resources were limited. Thereafter, we developed the notion of crowd investment project, and in December 2020, we went and we presented our ideas to our partners from Russia, and those ideas were well received. And an interesting thing is that within the first week, we had partners from 20 different countries, and it was a little bit unexpected, and we started our prolific work that didn't stop there. And in reality, 1 year went by, and it feels like it's been 2 or 3 years. And the number of tasks that we were able to solve is very impressive, and what we managed to do. And before talking about that, I would like to express my gratitude to our partners, and I would like to thank you for your feedback. And the most important part that we are creating products for ordinary people, and we hear this feedback and we try to use the feedback that we received. From the very first week, we were asked to integrate with bank cards, and it was implemented within the first week. We received a permission from the banks, and we integrated with other payment system, and we received messages in 20 languages. We were using Google Translate services, and we were exchanging messages with them back and forth, and that way we spent a month more or less, and we came up with the speech generator service, and that service enabled any text to be turned into speech. And we received application from different countries, especially from Indonesia and Vietnam. I would like to pass my greetings to Indonesia. I was there with offline presentation. It was in February 2020, and according to our plan, we were supposed to present our project across the globe in different countries. But as you know, the pandemic happened, the borders were closed, and we had to revise our strategy. And up until that point, the system had more than 15,000 partners from 20 countries, and therefore we decided to concentrate on our development, and we wanted to become more understandable to other people. We translated our personal account in different languages. We studied a lot as far as predictive analytics is concerned. That's how we presented our DigiU product, and Sergey Zinenko will be talking about that product. And during this time, we were continuing our research and development in other areas of artificial intelligence, computer eyesight. And if you are tracking our updates, right now we are able to track not only items, but also the gender and the age of the person. And as far as text-to-speech technology is concerned, we decided to patent this technology in April this year. We bought our own equipment, and this equipment enables our neural network to teach itself. We launched the project Neural Education. We already training our partners what venture investments are all about, what is venture capital, and we would like to come up with courses that would enable people to make money online. This is the trend, and pandemic only strengthens this trend, where people go for online education to remote work. And in Russia, for example, before January 1st, 2020, the strict lockdown that was implemented that has to do with the pandemic will be still in force. So the world is changing very fast. Everything is moving online. We try to digitize every single field of human activity, and the amount of data is generated is increasing, and the number of messages that you receive in your ordinary messenger is already overwhelming. It's hard to watch every single video on YouTube. Therefore, you need to make a choice, and those processes are becoming more evident. World is moving towards digital space, and it's foolish to negate it. And we would like to enable people to accomplish this transition without pain. We want every single person to be well adapted and to react to those changes that are happening in the world. I'm very pleased with the fact that many partners that were registered in December last year, in January last year, they made a decision to become investors this year. They were paying attention to what we were doing, and we do walk the talk, and I would like to focus on one of the approaches is to talk less and to do more. And this year is the confirmation. And if you look at the news, if you look what we've been developing, if you read our mission and vision statement, that everything that we state, we manage to accomplish everything. And imagine if this work has been accomplished during 1 year, simply try to imagine what number of tasks, what number of problems have been solved in reality, because somewhere deadlines were moved, somewhere the situation changed due to the changes in the world. And this work that we've done, it's still a work in process. It's not easy to appreciate that the work that we do, but those who spent with us more than 6 months, more than a year, those partners, they make a decision to become investors. They would like to become national representatives in their countries. Therefore, I would like to address you. I would like to address our partners. It's your also accomplishment. Without you, that wouldn't have been possible. So thank you for being with us. And I think far better than the words, I think results are even more evident. And we already have the first product that already generates profits. And our director for business development, Zenenko Sergey, will be talking about that. A couple of days ago, we declared dividends to all our investors, and every single person that received bonuses for registering in our system, they already seeing the result. And it's still a lot work in process. We're still developing artificial intelligence, and our team of developers are engaged into that. We have Mr. Tagunov Piotr, and I would like to give the floor to him. He will be talking about the development, what we already accomplished, and what we plan to do further. Please remain with us till the end. There will be a lot of useful information. We will be talking about measures that we decided to adopt, so it's easier to promote, so it's easier to work with our projects. We'll be talking about our plans for the next year, for the following 2-3 years, and we would like to come up with the results of the competition. There was a competition that was aimed at revealing the best video, and today we will reveal the winner. Thank you. Good day, friends. My name is Peter. I am technical director of DigiU, and it feels great, I must say. First year of existence of our DigiU team was very complicated, was very interesting, and it brought many interesting technical results. We started this year with the system of voice cloning, and we obtained the prototype DigiU voice for Russian and English languages. And as we were solving this problem, we figured out that our machine learning models are very demanding, and they demand a considerable amount of processing units. At the beginning, we were renting those units, and it was expensive, and it was not easily manageable, so we gathered up our own stand with 4 cards and with strong CPUs. That's how we reduced the period of learning from a year all the way to a couple of weeks on our stand. And this enabled us to create cloning system and to apply for the patent in July this year. Our application went through the verification process, and we hope that by the end of this year or next year to receive a patent. Our following task was to develop the predictive analytics model, the model that would predict the growth of our DigiU network. We completed this task, and our models helped us to implement predictive models so we could predict financial and cryptocurrency markets. And those models became a very important part of DigiU wealth system that you already know very well. We also prepared a prototype of computer eyesight system, and this enhanced abilities of DigiU vision system to verify and to figure out what the object is, what the item is. It helped us to figure out age and gender of a person and to figure out the emotions of the persons, and there are some functions that are hidden. Apart from that, we developed and we are in the process of preparing the software that enables us to go through the whole cycle, from the entry data of the business all the way to deployment of the final application on our server, so we would be able to provide you with different services. And this stack, apart from the rest, enabled us to create interaction with various startups that come to us to get integrated into our system. One of our startups are guys from China that are working on apparatus complex to figure out whether or not person is suffering from COVID virus in airports while landing or when departing. And the precision rate is 95%, and we are in the process of developing further this project. And we also plan to develop other predictive models that we could use on main cryptocurrency markets, and we would be able to also to process natural language, so our bots will be able to figure out meaning and emotion of text, and they would be able to generate their own text. We would like also to have integration with blockchain, so we could strengthen the smart contracts with the use of artificial intelligence, and everything would not have been possible without our system that is able to withstand stress. And I would like to thank our technical director, Boris. Please join me, and the floor is yours now. Thank you. During this year, we covered a long way from the project infrastructure point of view. We covered 25 sprints of development of personal account and other services, and we did this while interacting with our partners, and I would like to thank our partners with a very precise feedback that we try to take into account when developing. I would like to also express my gratitude to my colleagues for their professionalism, for their fascination for our idea, and thanks to that our project is developing very actively. Our physical infrastructure as of now contains 6 servers that are distributed across countries such as Finland, Germany and Russia, and one of them is the server that was projected by us manually, and it's a server for machine learning, and our models are being developed on that server. Apart from that, we use a number of cloud services and other platforms. And I would like to talk also about inner project infrastructure that we use for our teamwork. And at the beginning, we projected this system that meets the following criteria. First of all, there is a common entry point for all company employees, and all services are centralized, and services enable us to get in using the same account data. We also use virtual network that use encrypting, and one needs to use a particular security certificate to get in. And there's also a fact that all those systems are integrated with one another. We use Jira system for sprints We use Confluence systems for documents. We use Bucky system for repository with code. We use Bamboo system to deploy the software, and all those services are integrated with one another. And our teamwork would have been impossible without without accounting documents. And therefore, we integrated all those documents into the software called 1S Enterprise. That is the leading platform on Russian market. And with that platform, we are able to pass our financial statements, and we're able to pass our other statements. And I would like to talk to you about our personal account, personal DigiU account. If I were to put it into numbers, we have 50,000 registration, we have 5,000 investors, and we have more than 4,000 applications that were responded within this year. And the average response time did not exceed 19.5 hours. And in order to create our DigiU account, to make it accessible, we integrated a number of services into our account. For example, we translated our personal account into 10 different languages. It was a hard work for our translators, and it was also hard for our developers. We created the news section that is available in 10 languages, and that section contains all the key news that have to do with the company. Also, within this year, we integrated 5 payment systems and 5 cryptocurrencies, so that our partners across the globe would feel comfortable investing into DigiU. And we also plan to integrate VNB cryptocurrency, and we would like also to accept tokens on the basis of BNB. And there was also another interesting task. It was a challenge to confirm the phone number across the globe. And in order to solve this task, we had to integrate 5 different services, because as it turns out, there is not a single service that would be able to function in all the countries. And in order to keep our partners updated, we connected professional platforms for email newsletter, for SMS newsletter, that enables us to interact with our partners in different languages. We have ambitious plans to develop our infrastructure, and as of now, we started deploying the cluster that would be able to withstand a certain amount of stress, and it would be able to keep functioning even if 10 million of people would come to our service. And this would allow us to lower the idle time, and this would enable us to scale our business. We also plan to expand the team of developers, because we have a number of new products such as DigiU Wealth and other products. And next year I plan to create the mobile development department, because more than half of our users are using the services on their mobile devices, and I cannot also avoid this. There was a decision to create the DigiU laboratory. I'm the source of inspiration, and I'm the manager of the laboratory. This is the experimental department that would be engaged in research and into developing the technologies that have to do with cryptocurrencies, that have to do with blockchains. And we will be developing technologies that are somewhere in between blockchain and cryptocurrency. And this would enable us to make these technologies more popular. And developments of DigiU laboratories will be included into DigiU portfolio. And this would enable us to attract major profits for our investors. And in conclusion, I would like to say that among us there is a number of IT services that we use every day, and we do not even notice how they work. But please think of that. Behind each and every service there is a great team that is developing such services, so your life would be more comfortable, and there is a great deal of work involved. Many thanks for your attention. When we, with our partners, were creating DigiU project, we were discussing strong ideas, ideas that resonate with others' heads and hearts, ideas that one would like to implement, that one wants to follow, and one would like to be a part of those ideas. And when we were discussing those ideas, we figured out that those ideas that inspire us, and one of the ideas that inspired us was abundance. We heard it so many times that in this world there is a lack of kindness, lack of resources, lack of good deeds, and there is a shortage of things. And what if, we thought, what if there is abundance of resources, there is enough money, there are million and million good people around. Abundance creates art, and when basic needs are satisfied, we can create, we can be creative, and we can contribute to other people's lives. And one of the goals of our project is to give opportunity to millions of people to experience abundance in their life, to unleash their creative potential, to give them an opportunity to create, to realize their best features and create better life for themselves. And I was lucky with the fact that all the founders of DigiU projects were entrepreneurs. We are not scientists, we are not inventors, we do not build castles in the air. Our main focus was directed at how one can earn some money, not coming up with anything, but to create products that would enable us to earn. And that's the reason I knew that we will be able to meet our obligations that we had for our partners. I'm convinced that the best products are created when the founder is challenged with the problems, and then the founder figures out that others might also appreciate this solution. Moreover, others would like to pay and would like to use these solutions that the creator was using the solution for himself at the beginning. And that's how DigiU Wealth project came to be. For us, wealth is about abundance, is about well-being, it's about wealth. We've been engaged in investing for many years, and we were looking for ways to turn everything in such a way so money would be able to work for us and not vice versa. Therefore, we keep in mind with modern technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, smart contract, and biotechnologies. DeFi, or decentralized finance, at the beginning, it was an interesting notion, and I was suspecting that this could have a future. Therefore, I was keeping in touch. But when this field was growing exponentially, I realized that this is not going anywhere and the future lies in DeFi. In spring 2020, we started investing into our partners in decentralized finance, and we started making a good living. And at this very moment, we decided to focus our efforts to create a product out of that, which we did. We came up with automation. Thereafter, we started working with predictive models. Thereafter, we created the analytics and data gathering system. And what happened next? And then we realized that this should be offered to our partners. Give them an opportunity to make money with us, because we were creating this for ourselves. And it's a good way to offer people something that we've been using. What DigiU Wealth is all about. I think it's a right cocktail that contains ideally chosen time, that involves the resources that we have, that involves artificial intelligence technologies, exponential growth of DeFi, and moreover, we have the clearly identified need of people to grow their capital. So not a person working for money, but money is working for a person. And this project has been around for 2 months. And what have we achieved within those 2 months? $450,000 under management, 28 pools within which funds of investors were actively working, more than 6% of profit within the first month of work, and first investors already received their first profits in the cryptocurrency that they used when investing in DigiU Wealth. And the most important thing for our partners, part of the revenue that we made, we already redistributed that as dividends. And those were first dividends of DigiU that were made using a very clear, transparent, and a very simple manner. Everything is simple. We created money for our investors, a small part of which we took for ourselves as commission. Part of that money we sent to our partners as dividends. And please pay attention to the fact that we did everything within the first year of our work. In reality, this is an extraordinary result, and I would like to thank everyone who is involved in our project. First of all, to our partners. Without you, none of that would have been possible. I would like to thank my team and to thank everyone who was involved, who gave their time, their resources, and their attention. I would like to thank you all. And let's have a look at several videos so you understand what we are focusing on. Hi, I'm generated Russian DigiU voice. Creating me was 10 times harder than creating the English version. I generate my voice from speech, proving that artificial intelligence will be soon introduced into all areas of our lives. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm constantly learning. My service is available in your user account. Enjoy.
DigiU представляет демонстрационный сервис для распознавания объектов.
DigiU would like to present the demonstrative service that would enable you to recognize persons and items. Our service are able to distinguish people based on their gender, age, and other factors. The possibility that artificial intelligence offers are without limits, and artificial intelligence will be soon everywhere. Please make sure that you join DigiU. Right now, we are moving to the second part of our conference, and during our second part, we will be talking about our partners. We will be talking about persons without which none of that would have been possible. Right now, we have more than 50,000 partners in the system of DigiU, more than 5,000 of which became investors, and we are represented in more than 179 countries of the world. These are very impressive results that we achieved during this year. Among our partners, there are leaders, there are real professionals that are engaged in professional informational promotion of the project. And we've got key partners of our DigiU system. The floor is there. Good day, friends, investors of the project. My name is Alexander, and I am the partner of the unique DigiU project since mid-December 2019. One of my friends invited me, and when I had a look at first 2 webinars that were available at that time with Alexei Ognev, I was so impressed. I postponed every other activity for 4 or 5 days, and I started learning about the project and everything that has to do with artificial intelligent technologies. I was so impressed with the prospect, and it turns out that I was living in the certain world of illusions. Artificial intelligence, as of today, is already very present in our lives, and it does it so fast that soon every person's life on this planet will be changed. If you are not aware of that yet, study this topic and make sure you learn stuff. And in December, I got part of the project and I started building my team. And the first thing that I did, I got to know the founders of the project. I met with them via Zoom. I received very convincing answers, and after that I started building my own team. And the next shock that I experienced was the feedback that I received from participants of the project. And I would like to remind everyone that there are more than 170 countries involved in the project. And the next step I took, I visited the office, I met all the team members. I was very impressed with the energy that was in the team, that speed with which the problems are solved, the enthusiasm. I've been in crowd investing for 5 years and I was very impressed, I must confess. And I'm very happy that the destiny gave me an opportunity to participate in such an interesting project. And you can judge yourselves. Within this year, company presented several projects. DigiU Vision, DigiU Voice, that's the technology that the company managed to bring new elements, and right now the team is in the process of receiving a patent for that technology, which does not exist in the world yet. DigiU Education, the product that will be very much in demand, and the world is changing very fast, so we gotta make sure we're not left behind. And another project is creating its own blockchain laboratory. Boris is the head of that laboratory, and I'm sure that this will be a huge step forward in the project. And therefore, dear friends, if you are not in the project yet, if you're thinking about your future, I urge you to study the project. Please read vision and mission statement, study everything that has to do with artificial intelligence. It's not only going to be useful, it's going to be beneficial and interesting for everyone. And if that rings a bell, please make sure you participate. Follow the project in social networks, track project development, and I'm convinced that the use that you will receive, it's very hard to overestimate the usefulness of the project. Thank you for your attention. Your Alexander. Hello, dear friends. We met again. I would like to greet everyone. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to make a speech about DigiU. I hope that everyone is healthy, which is very important as we are living in this pandemic situation. My name is Deilis Karnelis. I am a partner from Indonesia. I joined the project from the very beginning. I was on board since December 2019. I was invited by my friends, and at the beginning I was a little bit skeptical about this idea at the very beginning, but as time went by, I became more and more interested in the project. I wanted to figure out what the project is all about, and I started to understand project's main idea, and I joined the project in 2019. And at the end of January and at the beginning of January, there was a conference of DigiU in Jakarta, which was attended by director for development of the project, and there was an Alexander, and several other Indonesian partners also supported the initiative. I saw the prospects as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, and I must say that this field is very much in demand, and this field will affect lives of many people, and even now we are able to feel the influence of artificial intelligence, and as a result of this conference, more and more people decided to join DigiU project. We also had this idea to organize a similar conference 2 months after. However, due to the restrictions that were associated with the pandemic, we couldn't make it. We couldn't organize the conference, but we were not discouraged. I think we will be able to come up with something new, so we could tell people about our project. And I myself, several times, I organized online meetings via Zoom, via Google Meet. The idea was to tell more people about our project, about DigiU, and in order to organize webinars, whether it's online or offline webinars, our main goal was to attract new participants. And we indeed had some success with it, and me and my team, we decided to organize conferences both online and offline. We held a second international conference in Indonesia, and we also had an opportunity to meet people face-to-face and also in offline format. And I must say that this international conference was supported by local authorities, 17th of September 2020, and the government, regional government, expressed their support, expressed their interest on working with DigiU. This DigiU team is about to organize the third international conference in Indonesia. It's gonna take place 28th of November 2020 here in Jakarta, in the capital of Indonesia. And I myself, I would like to organize a conference, the next conference, which would take place in January 2020, and it will be in Malada city. The city is located in the province of North Sulawesi, and during that conference there will be new partners and new participants from various cities, from various circles, and but they will represent 3 different provinces. And us, DigiU partners of Indonesia, we are very much interested in opening national department in our country. And what's interesting is the fact that our government, Indonesian government, and at the highest level, at the national level, and regional government, they are supporting our initiatives, and overall they support the ideas and initiatives that have to do with artificial intelligence, how one could use it in public policies, in healthcare, how also government could use it when dealing with affairs in the sea, and when it comes to solving various logistical challenges, as well as applying artificial intelligence in other sectors. And according to them, artificial intelligence could bring a lot of success. And last but not least, how artificial intelligence could be used when tackling corruption. In that sense, artificial intelligence technologies could be used to fight this phenomena, and such technologies can improve the quality of life of ordinary citizens. And thanks to these facts that I listed already, due to the combination of such factors, we can conclude and we can explain the fact that Indonesia has become the first in the list as of now, and Indonesia occupies the first place when it comes to overall list of the countries, when it comes to the number of partners, and when it comes to the number of investors. And as of now, Indonesia takes the second place out of 180 countries where the project is represented, where DigiU project is represented as far as the overall volume of investment is concerned. I must say that we look forward to the time when borders will be opened again. We would like to meet DigiU project founders. We would like to meet them face to face. We look forward seeing them in Indonesia. We look forward in meeting them in Novosibirsk, in a Russian city, in a Russian technological city, which is very famous for its developments in the field of artificial intelligence. And that way, our technology can indeed change our lives for the better, and these technologies can also increase our revenues. And please don't miss out, because the future depends on you, and let's build our future together. I would like to thank you one more time. I would like to greet all conference participants all around the world, and I would like to especially greet African youth who are invested in this project, who believes in this project. My name is Aktov Libero. I am a representative. I'm one of the leaders of the company in Ivory Coast. I started tracking project development at the very early stages, almost right after when the project was launched. And at the beginning, I did not believe. I was more of a observer, and I had my own doubts, because I already participated in other Russian project, and we're still awaiting results. And I started wondering, I started asking questions, and with this project I saw the speed with which the project was developing, and I realized that one should act fast, and that's how I started taking action. I started building communities, I started interacting with leaders in different countries so that every country could participate. I really started putting effort into it, and after having done a serious work, I realized the point of the project. I realized that this project is big, and it was created for me and for African youth, because I live with African youth and I understand their needs. We have the same needs, and when I started believing in this project, I realized that I should talk about this project to all African community so we could change our lives. And at this moment, I would like to ask in front of everyone, I would like to ask for the opportunity to become a representative of the project here in Ivory Coast. I already organized international conferences in different countries, and in Ivory Coast, where we already held a big opening conference, and we also had 2 other conferences. After that, we had similar conference in Benin, where there was a big conference, and there was a Senegal, where we just organized a big international conference, and thereafter there will be other conferences in Guinea. And apart from these countries, there is also Gabon, Cameroon, and Burkina Faso, where we already have leaders for such a project. We have been working hard so that project could get all the Africa involved, and so that this project could change our lives for the better. And what really motivates me, apart from the speed of the development, I would like to say that the project has been developing very, very fast, and we already received first dividends that were initially going to be declared in the year of 2020. That means the project is even developing ahead of the schedule. And apart from this aspect that motivates me and gives me strength to put more effort and to fight for the project, there is also another aspect that really motivates me. It's all about behavior of the project founders that I would like to highlight. I would like to highlight behavior of Mr. Alexander, of all the support. I would like to highlight an interpreter, that she does everything so we're able to understand everything in French language, so we're able to understand the gist of what's being done. Thank you for everything that you do for us. And founders are with us always in real time. They're always supporting us. And when we see project founders who are with us, always present, they're always talking to us, they're always willing to answer our questions, to encourage us. This motivates us a lot. And this enables youth to believe in the project and to become part of the project. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for your willingness to help. And as far as managers are concerned, they really walk their talk. And what can repel any investor is when other party is not meeting their obligations. And DigiU founders, since January 2020, when I became part of the project, until today, they would always walk their talk from the beginning all the way till the end. Everything that they promised have been done, and it encourages us. And I, as a leader, whenever I give a presentation, I express my trust to this project, and I express the fact that I trust project founders, and that way youth are also able to trust the project. And in conclusion, I would like to say that DigiU has a bright future ahead. We can expect a good growth, we can expect more Africans to participate in the project. We will be working night and day, and we hope that there will be national representatives in our countries, so that representatives of the countries will be able to visit Russia in the future, and they will be able to receive all the necessary training for the project. That's what we've been working on. I would like to express my gratitude for their hard work. The founders, once again, we really believe in this project. We hope that this project will be changing many people's lives. I hope that the God will give blessings to the project. I would like to thank all the African community and very motivated and ambitious African youth that are working on this project. And if we put our efforts together, we will be successful at the end. I would like to thank Alexander, Delis, and I would like to thank Octave for their messages and for their professional work. DigiU project is developing all around the world. We are receiving hundreds of applications to take part in gatherings and dozens of applications for opening national offices. Our partners would like to have their offices in their countries so they could study and learn more about artificial intelligence and promote the project. That's the reason why during this conference we are launching the process of opening our first national offices around the world. And first two countries are Indonesia and Ivory Coast. I would like to give the status of first national representatives, Mr. Delis Umbas and Mr. Octavo Osobo. Alexander Delis, Octave, those are representatives that build their business professionally within DigiU system, and they earn their living while promoting DigiU project in their countries and in other countries. If you would like to find out more information on how this project can be promoted, then we could listen to Alexander E. He's a director for development of the project. Dear friends, As you know, we have a partnership program that allows people to make living while promoting the project. If you read our concept, it states that 40% of all the investment goes to partnership program and 60% go to developing a new products of our ecosystem. So for us, it would be a greater pleasure if our partners could earn some money for promoting DigiU products. We would be pleased to give an opportunity to our partners rather than giving an opportunity to Facebook, Google or other platforms to make money. Our platform allows people to make money to each and every person who is a participant of the project, not necessarily an investor. For majority of the people, it's a good opportunity to start making money, to start investing without the initial capital. It's a good opportunity to buy a share, to buy a mutual fund, and for many people it would be an opportunity to become a part of the team which changed the world for the better, and in the long term to make a good money, thousands of dollars or maybe tens of thousands of dollars while promoting our product. We do everything in such a way so our partner only needs to invite someone into the ecosystem, and then a partner starts to reading the news about the company and see the results of the products. And the average response, since the person is registered until the time the person makes an investment, is 45 days. It means that people think, people reflect, and people think about all the pros and cons about the company. They study information about company's founders, they study information about company's products, and then they make a decision, and then they invest. We do everything which is under our control, so that a person is able to invite another person, to register a person into our ecosystem, and then the person receives content in 10 languages. Then the person receives educational courses that are available in 10 languages, and courses contain information what venture investments are, what blockchain technologies are, how can we promote those technologies, and this knowledge can be used while promoting the product as well as using that information for other business tasks to make money online. We use that opportunity of creating a DigiU content so that each and every person can create his or her own international business in 10 languages with high quality promotion, with a very interesting results, with an expert team as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, as far as blockchain technologies are concerned. We already have the product that generates revenue, and it's becoming easier and easier to promote the ecosystem. And this is happening thanks to the fact that at some point we decided to focus on international cooperation, and we started creating content in 10 languages, and we might be adding more languages. And this is idea of our employee, of our colleague. I would like to give a floor to her. She's Yelena, she's our interpreter. When she came to the company, we started creating webinars in English, and now she is managing the work of the whole interpreters department. We create courses, we create videos, and this conference is taking place in 10 languages at the same time. So, Yelena, the floor is yours. Thank you, Alexander. Hello, dear friends, dear partners. My name is Yelena, and if we met each other during the webinars, I think this is the first time when you see me speaking in Russian. I will be starting from the very beginning, and I joined the company at the end of March, and in April we already hosted the first webinar with English interpretation, and it's been several months, and we did a great deal of work as far as publishing webinars, as far as publishing content in different languages is concerned. We started translating our posts from Russian into English. Thereafter, we started to add more and more languages, and we got to the point where our partners are able to access personal accounts in 10 languages. They can also read news in 10 languages. Not only read the news, but each and every partner who's registered in the company can share our posts in their social media straight from the personal account. If you would like to use personal account in your language, you need to go to a top right corner, and that's it. And our partners are able to read company's news without registration. And this became possible thanks to our team of professional translators who work on this content, so this content would be available for you in your native tongue. I will give you a couple of figures. In order for us to create a written content, we have a team of 10 translators, and this is only as far as written content goes. Imagine how much work it is to be interpret video conferences, and we've got 20 persons who work on the video, who are situated in 20 different countries. Imagine the amount of work that is being done, so you would be able to find out about the project in your native language. We have 10 separate YouTube channels for each and every language, and on those YouTube channels you would be able to find out more about the project in your native tongue. And we have 10 persons for written content, but when it comes to video, the scale of work increases. Text needs to be written, needs to be voiced, and at each and every stage we have professional interpreters. We have professional people who work with video editing. We also have DigiU education courses, and I think our interpreters are working right now as you are watching this conference. There is an active work, and we are translating DigiU work course into every language. And soon enough, our partners from different countries would be able to touch base on that knowledge. And as I said, I joined the company at the end of March, and since April we started organizing webinars in English. And one of the conditions was that I would be teaching our employees English, and at some point I noticed that every employee and every company's founder is always studying something new, is always trying to develop themselves. And for me it was a very inspiring thing to see that everyone was trying to acquire a new knowledge. And I got to know developers, I got to know the employees, I got to know the staff. I saw how they are developing new technologies and how they are improving what they have already got. I saw project's perspectives, I saw opportunities that project offers to investors, that project offers to the partners. And then I decided to become an investor. And when I became an investor, I saw big prospects, and I'm very happy to be part of the team, and I'm very happy to be part of the company. And Alexei will draw the conclusion, and we will figure out who is the winner of the competition, who will win $10,000. Take a look at the screen.
Investisseur numérique. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous parler d'un projet que j'ai connu, ça fait 1 an aujourd'hui.
Mi fotografía, mi correo criptofanáticos@gmail.com y acá
inti di DigiU ini adalah kecerdasan buatan di mana
DigiU thì cung cấp cho các đối tác của mình 4 cách kiếm tiền cùng một lúc.
Стремление упростить себе жизнь путем обучения программ стало для многих людей одним из приоритетных направлений науки.
I congratulate the winner, and I thank all the participants for your content about artificial intelligence and for your content on DigiU ecosystem. Today we've got one more competition among those who are registered on this conference. We will draw the conclusion by the end of the conference, and you will see the winner in our news feed. In the third part of our conference, we will be covering important issues, registering our securities and what to expect in the near future. please stay tuned. And I shall be talking about the issue that is concerning all the partners of our project, about the legal framework and how our partners can become stakeholders of DigiU. In December 2019, we decided to organize our work via non-for-profit organization. Why we did so? It was the fastest way to start working in legal frame in Russia. As more and more countries got involved, we started to think how one can organize our work legally in other legal frameworks. We started looking for legal firms that are specialized on legislation of securities and other corporate issues. I think we have a good destiny because relatively quickly we found two partners and we are working with them as far as all legal issues are concerned. And we must say that selling securities in several different countries, in several legal frameworks, it's a very complicated process, not only from organizational point of view, but also from financial point of view. Why? Because we've got many regulators, we're talking about different countries, we're talking about different requirements. It's very complicated. And please pay attention, even Google or Facebook, they do not sell their securities in many countries, in many legislation environments, because even for them it's very complicated, it's very expensive and challenging. However, thanks to our partners, we managed to find the mechanism so we would be able to work legally under legislation of European Union on securities. We are working on it, we are issuing the securities that are registered within European Union framework, and we offer our securities to our partners. In the summer, we started to register 2 companies on Cyprus. We ended that process and we started registering our securities. We decided to go through all the formalities, we decided to meet all the requirements to create conditions so that our securities are issued and are well functioning. And as a result, we will have a DigiU securities with ISIN code. What this code is all about is International Identification for Securities. It serves for identification of securities when making deals and when making calculation. What it does to our company. It's a very important event in our organization, and the main task is to confirm the existence of securities and simplify operation with those. The fact that we've got ISIN code, it increases the attractiveness of our securities and makes the process of involvement of future partners easier for those partners who care about legal framework. We wanted to end this process by the 1st of November. However, this pandemic, this COVID pandemic, overcomplicated thing, and the commerce of Cyprus are working at a minimal rate, but despite the complicated situation, we are doing everything possible to make sure that our partners are protected, and we would like to end this process. What we plan to do in the first quarter of 2021. We would like to receive ISIN. All our partners would go through the procedure, and we will be exchanging their shares, and we will be exchanging those shares towards the new security, and the proportion would be 1-to-1. We care about the legitimate part and about the security of our partners. We would like to think long-term. Therefore, we invest money, resources in the base of DigiU. Sergey, thank you for explaining our legal structure. Thank you for explaining how the situation with our security is. And as a continuation to his presentation, I would like to talk about our priorities for the next year and for next couple of years. As Sergey said, our main focus is legal security of our project and for our partners. We planned to end this procedure a little bit early, but this situation with the pandemic did not allow us to end those processes. But we are working on it. We are working with our legal companies. They hope to end everything by the end of this year. However, we will not be making any huge statements. However, by the first quarter of the next year, we hoped that we will be able to end the process of issuing securities and we will be able to receive this ISIN number. And second priority is to create venture fund. All this year was devoted to creating infrastructure for crowd investing, to make sure that we've got team. We had 5 persons at the beginning, and we have the staff that includes 30 people, and if we count all the people that are on outsourcing, we've got more than 60 and 70, all the way to the 70 persons working for us. And this year we paid a lot of attention to developing our own project, to patenting our own projects. And before, we wanted to make sure we finalize the vision for our products. We came up with the first product of the ecosystem. Now we've got blockchain laboratory, and the next year the main focus, my focus first of all, will be aimed at creating the venture fund. We would like to raise external startups, external teams, external projects in artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies, and we would be able to finance them. We would be able to provide them with expertise. We have a good technical staff, and we will be able to provide them with users. And our partners, our investors, became first users and investors of DigiU Wealth products. And by the same token, we can do things with other ecosystems. And we already received an offer from more than 20 projects, from more than 20 startups that wanted to cooperate in one way or another. They wanted to obtain financing, they wanted to get help in promoting, or they wanted to develop something together and offer this on the market together. We touched base a little bit on that, but we didn't go too deep. And this year, the idea is to turn this process into a systematic process. We want to make sure that we have an accelerator. We want to make sure that we're able to choose those projects. And we receive a lot of application from all around the world, and therefore I would like to address you as our partners. If you have some projects in artificial intelligence, or you have friends or acquaintances, or you are familiar with other teams, and if you have some projects in artificial intelligence, or you have friends or acquaintances, or you have some other teams that could be interesting to our ecosystem, or that we could be interesting for them, please feel free to contact. We had several requests from the past. We were asked to have a look at some projects. There was a project from Jordan, and using artificial intelligence technique, music was generated. We did an audit, but we couldn't find a way to cooperate. But this project was potentially interesting for us, and we can have a whole variety of such projects. And our network, our investors, we have a huge resource, and we were convinced about that once more when we were launching the speech generation competition. And you cannot imagine how many great ideas on implementing, on monetizing this product. There were so many great ideas, great offers that we received. What it reveals? It reveals the fact that our partners are very well developed from intellectual point of view, and we are convinced that among our partners there are people who have projects and they can become a part of our ecosystem. That's the second priority. The third priority is, of course, making money. We, as I said a couple of days ago, we paid our dividends, and we are very proud of that fact. Within the first year of venture project, to pay out dividends, it's not an easy task, and we will continue to move forward because the number of investments, the numbers are growing, and that means the profit is also growing. We will be paying dividends. We are in the process of making a decision whether or not we will be paying dividends once every 3 months or once every 6 months, unlike other companies, not that we will be paying once a year. So we will be paying dividends more often. Our partners, our investors already have the opportunity to make money with us, and there are 3 ways to do so. First way is to receive dividends. We already paid out our dividends, and we will be paying dividends every 3 or 6 months. Second way to make money is by using our products and by promoting our products. For example, you can invest in DigiU Wealth, you can promote DigiU Wealth, and you can make money while promoting. And if we were to take some other example, we had a request from Chinese colleagues. They developed a system which allows us to determine people who suffer from COVID-19. They would like to develop the system further, they would like to promote the system, and imagine if we sign the contract and let's say we have such a product in our ecosystem, and if our partners from Indonesia, Ivory Coast, or from any other countries, Spain or Italy, from pretty much any country, we have 178 countries. If our partner finds a client, let's say a government or some airport decides to set the system up, then for sure part of the revenue will be received by our partner. And the number of such products, thanks to our venture foundation, thanks to our development, we will be having more of them, and each and every product will be bringing dividends, and while promoting each and every product, there will be a possibility to make money. And that's the second way to make money. The third way to make money is our partnership program. By promoting our project, any partner who has no idea and who is not investor yet, any partner can create a good revenue stream. Several times we have situation where people leave their ordinary day job because they start doing something that is far more inspiring, and they make thousands, and there are partners who make tens of thousands of dollars, and it's a pleasure for us, and I think that this is right to give that money as to our partners rather than paying to other platforms such as Facebook, Google, and other partners. And we are in the trend, and people are buying from people. People trusting to TV ads, people are trusting to internet ads to a lesser extent. They no longer trust them. They are following people via social media, and people are buying from people. And there is a fourth way to make money, which is described in our concept, and very often this brings even more money to our investors. It's the capitalization growth. So the price of share increased 3 times. It started with $0.02 and now it's 0.066 cents. And as we are achieving more, as we are becoming more and more successful, as we are creating more and more products, as we are expanding our teams, as we are expanding our volume, the price of share will be increasing, and our partners ask, how can we sell those shares? And those shares will become securities in the near future. I respond, in order to sell the shares, the company doesn't have to appear on IPO. That's what I want to highlight. In order to redistribute our dividends, we didn't have to go through IPO. And the same thing, in order to sell our securities, we don't have to go through IPO. We plan to organize buybacks. What does that mean? It means that out of our own profit, what we earned, the profit that we made, a part of that profit will be directed to buying our securities back from our partners who decide to sell their shares. I cannot talk about deadlines. We would like to follow our motto to speak less but to do more. I think you noticed, but I think 2-3 years ahead we will implement that for sure, and price of our shares will be different. And I think everyone knows the math, everyone is aware of basic calculation, and I think I highlighted our top priorities for next 2 years. And I would like to reiterate our legal framework of the company. We would like to become 100% legal in every legislation. The second priority is creating a venture foundation and to create stream of the project, and we would like to make sure that those projects are put on the market. Third is paying the dividends and increasing our profits. And the fourth priority, we are moving towards the situation where we have the stream of revenue. This would allow you to buy our shares back. And I would like right now to give the floor to our CEO, to Mr. Alexey Ognev. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for this speech. And I think this is a very important conference. I would like to thank every speaker who did their presentation, who shared their impressions about this year. And I would like to highlight key points, because within this year we have lived, we have implemented many ideas, many concepts, many projects. And what was said on this conference, I think every partner, every investor, and whoever is interested in artificial intelligence, I think the word should be spread. Please make sure that you leave a comment. Please share your feelings after these presentations. Maybe you still have some questions, or you would like to give us some directions. What can we do? What can we do? Please write it in the commentary section in social media, in every social network. We read everything and we take everything into account. And I would like to say that this year was very intense. And looking back, I think that it feels like it's only yesterday when we started our journey in Russia, and only yesterday we were launching the project. But as soon as I look back to my other memories, I realized that this year was so intense, and it feels as if 3 or 5 years went by. And imagine if we accomplished this within 1 year, that the company, the startup, launched the first commercial product, and the company is already paying the first dividends. We've got patents, we've got solutions that will receive patents, and imagine how much more we can achieve using that energy for the next year and the year after that. And I think this will be 10 times more. And this is the most important principle of DigiU. The principle that we like to follow is to talk less and do more. In the future, you will be receiving registered activities, and all partners will become stakeholders. And there will be more dividends that we will be paying every quarter, and you will also see more product that will be appearing in our ecosystem, because within this year we created a real ecosystem at all levels. And when speakers were making their presentations, I think you could get convinced, you could become convinced. I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart my team, my employees, and people who were helping us, because at the beginning we were only 5, and now there are 30 of us, and there are 70 people who are working as our outsourcing team. It's a big team, and I would like to thank this team, I would like to thank our partners, and I think this conference is a very important moment. And think about this, how much we have achieved within the year of project existence, and imagine which results could be achieved with such a team and with such velocity. And this is only beginning. I would like to thank all the partners, all the investors, everyone who attended the conference. Thank you for your support, thank you for your feedback, and thank you for being with us this year. And as a way to express our gratitude, we announce a special offer for existing and for new project partners. Before this December 10th, we will be doubling all the shares of DigiU. And this is a unique offer, and I ask you, please let everyone know. Share this video, leave a comment, hit the like button, and share our posts from social media. Please do everything so everyone would find out about it. We're about to end our conference. I think this conference was a success. I would like to thank all the organizers, all the partners, and all the participants.